I'm wearing one of the university t-shirts, so I must work there. Some background. So I did some browsing around my university's bookstore while I was waiting for my bus, since it was raining and the nearby bus stop didn't have any cover. Me equals me, K equals Karen. Me, looking at sports apparel, K.
Excuse me, sir. I have been trying to get your attention for the last 5 minutes, but you keep ignoring me.
Me, ignoring her because I assumed she isn't talking to me, K.
Excuse me, sir.
Waves her hand in front of my face. Me. Oh, me? K.
Yes, you.
Noticeably irritated.
I have been trying to ask you for the last 5 minutes if you have any of these shirts in a woman's large.
Me. Oh, I don't know. Ask the cashier or manager. They probably know.
K. Why can't you just tell me since you should know?
Me. What? I mean, I don't work here. K.
What? Of course you work here. Why would you be wearing a,
insert university name,
shirt while being here?
Me. Because I go to school here? K.
Oh, for crying out loud. I'm getting the manager right now.
And then I left to catch my bus. I realized I should have just waited for the next bus so that she could come back to me with the manager. As of right now, it is my life's biggest regret. I just wasn't thinking about it in the moment. Don't worry, it seems that Karen's responding quicker and quicker into this world, so you'll probably get another shot at it, whether you want it or not. Woman shouted at me because the store didn't have her chocolate. Okay, so first off, English isn't my first language, so sorry for any mistakes I make. This happened yesterday. There's a small shop close to my house, and I usually go there when I go home. Their uniform is red shirt and black pants. My usual clothes are a plain red shirt and jeans, so it's not uncommon for people to confuse me with employees. I usually don't mind and help them out if I can. But yesterday was a long day. School was extra long because I got held up and had more than usual homework, which means a lot. Also, my mom wanted me to babysit my sister, so I wanted to get home as soon as possible. I just had to pick cereal and some other things, so I was in the cereal aisle looking for one my sister likes and not paying attention to anything else when I was literally pushed by this woman. I'll call her K, as in Karen, but yeah, K.
Excuse me. I have been trying to get your attention for a minute now. You should pay more attention to your customers.
Me. Sorry, are you talking to me? I usually take a while to figure out what's happening or what to say if something happens suddenly. Also, she nearly shouted at me, and I'm not a big fan of loud noises. K.
Yes, you. Who else would I be talking to? Ugh, why are all the employees so useless here?
Me. Oh, I don't...
K. Ugh, whatever. Just can you tell me where I can get
the chocolate she wanted? I knew exactly where it was. In fact, I saw it earlier and thought it would be easier to just tell her. Me. Sure, it's telling her directions.
K. No, it isn't. I checked earlier.
Me. I don't know then. They probably ran out.
K. What do you mean you don't know? Can't you check?
Me. Actually, no, because...
K. No? Look here. I'm really in a hurry, and you're not doing anything. Just go and check.
I have anxiety, and I get easily panicked at loud noises. She was shouting at me, and I really didn't want to deal with this. Me.
Miss, I don't work here, so, you can ask someone who does, though.
K.
What do you mean you don't work here? I demand you go and look, or I'm gonna get you fired.
I was about to cry, but thankfully an actual employee saw this lady shouting at me and came over. I know her, we have some mutual friends, and she's actually really nice. She recognized me and kinda got what the situation was. E. Can I help you, miss? K.
Yes, actually.
She points at me.
She's being very rude to me and failed to do her job.
At this point, my mom was blowing up my phone, asking where I was. She does that when I'm home late. I was very tired, and I wanted to get home as soon as possible, so I thought I would just walk away. But oh boy, as soon as I started to, Karen went feral. She started shouting at me stuff like, "Where do you think you're going?" And, "Did I stop talking to you?" And, "You lazy shunt, come here right now." The employee tried to calm her down and even threatened to call security, but she just pushed past her and grabbed me by my arm, and I just snapped. I yanked my hand free as fast as I could, and on top of my lungs screamed at her, "I don't work here, miss," and just ran off. By the time I reached home, I was crying, and my mom had to calm me down. I went by the store the next day, and the girl who helped me out apologized and told me that apparently Karen didn't stop shouting and demanding her chocolate until they called security. So yeah, I don't know if I was overreacting, but that was like the third scariest thing that has happened to me in that shop. I'll be honest, that last line threw me for a loop. I thought she was gonna say the third scariest thing that's ever happened, but no, just in that shop. That shop does not sound like a safe place to be. You're Filipino, so you must work here. This happened maybe 3-4 years ago, but it's one of those interactions that I haven't just forgotten. So first, a little background. My father used to work in China. He has since transferred to a different country. Because of this, I spent much of my childhood in China and Hong Kong. I developed a little ritual whenever we were traveling, which is really just me stopping by the airport's bookstores and bringing home my latest haul of books. When this story happens, we were in Hong Kong International Airport, and we'd already passed immigration. We were already inside. My mom and our bags were hanging by the gate, waiting for boarding. And as usual, I'm in the bookstore looking for books I can buy. I have my headphones plugged in, a Bose SoundSport wireless headphones, and my phone on the other, trying to look at good reads for ratings and or synopsis reference. Because I'm a little paranoid about making a fool out of myself, I usually keep my music levels to a minimum when I'm out in public, so I can hear other people around me, but because I'm fairly introverted, I keep both ears plugged in hopes that no one approaches me. It usually works. Usually. But not that day. So there I was, looking for books I can buy, when this lady, Karen, approaches me. She didn't look like a Karen, to be honest. She was taller than me. At 5'2", nearly everyone's taller than me. She has long hair and some trendy looking clothes. She reminded me of the typical models you'd see in Chinese magazines, actually. "Excuse me," she says, and my deeply ingrained instincts to be polite kicks in. I turned to her and asked, "Yes, how may I help you?" Note, by this point, I already have a book in one hand because she interrupted me mid-browsing through reviews of said book. K. I'm trying to look for this issue of, name of, magazine. Me, confused, but still trying to be polite. Have you checked the magazine stand? I think the question might have ticked her off, because I made her look stupid. The store was small enough that you could just stand in the middle to see the store's entirety. And if you're trying to look for a magazine, the first thing you'd logically do is approach the magazine stands with labels for the word magazine written in 4 different languages. Which was what she did, of course. K, now looking annoyed. Yes, I already did that. That's why I'm asking you. Me, I'm sorry, I don't know where to find the magazine you're looking for. I've never heard of said magazine. Maybe you can just go to the cashier and ask them if they know. At that point, the only staff that was present was the cashier, maybe 2 feet from us. Then Karen looks more annoyed, as she says, "How can you not know? You work here." Me, now realizing what's happening. "Oh, I don't. I'm just looking for a book I can buy." Holds up book in my hand. Karen looks less annoyed and more confused. She looks at the book in my hand, back to my face, takes in the clothes I'm wearing, and I think, oh, she'll finally realize I don't work here because I'm obviously not wearing the staff uniform. Red polo shirt with company name, name badge, and black slacks, compared to the all-black attire I'm wearing. Black jacket, shirt, and leggings. Then she says the magic words. K, but you're Filipino? Me, now surprised. Yes? K, with all the entitlement possible. So you work here. Me, what? I'm Filipino, so I must work there. For those of you who don't know, there are many Filipinos in Hong Kong. Filipinos, if I remember correctly, make up the largest ethnic minority in Hong Kong. Many of these Filipinos work as domestic workers in Hong Kong, so I guess the common racist concept is that all Filipinos in Hong Kong are workers there. Karen is still waiting for my response, looking more and more ticked off. I just stared at her, eyebrows raised and lips pursed, trying to summon all the sassiness I possibly could. After a while, the Karen seems to get flustered by me staring her down. She mutters an excuse and shuffles along to the cashier who helps her. I mean, that's it. It's not a super exciting story, just incredibly annoying. The dumbass racist stereotype that reduces Filipinos to such a degree that any sort of identity beyond domestic worker disappears, making me want to strangle some people. I have massive respect for overseas Filipino workers. I grew up knowing a whole network of OWFs because my dad's an OWF, and all these people have become our extended families. Which is why I hate it when other people look down on Filipinos for being domestic workers overseas. Seriously, once upon a time while attending international school-related events, someone told us Filipinos aren't supposed to be good in English because we're domestic workers anyway. Story for another day and under different subreddit. Alrighty guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today. I hope you enjoyed the stories. And if you did and you're new around here, maybe consider subscribing. And if you really liked it, well then maybe give it a thumbs up and a share. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.